Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. Really excited for today's video, but I'm really nervous. Not nervous. No, nervous. Beer's courtesy of Sean from Nerdsense. We'll pretend Mike had something to do with it too, so thank you, Sean and Mike. Just Sean. No, I'm nervous because Sean last time was a huge jerk with the beer he sent. He sent a beer that the label said it had vanilla, and it clearly did not have vanilla in it. So I'm wondering if Sean did something again with this beer where it's going to say there's something in this beer that's clearly not in the beer. Couldn't be that I didn't detect it. It has to be that the beer did not have that vanilla. No, I'm super excited. I'm stoked. It's wrapped in the Nerdsense colors, red and white. So this is lovely. Just a really lovely evening to do a beer review that I'll post in the morning. So depending on when you watch this, that might seem weird that I said evening. Let's just get into it. So it's like a light cola color as it pours out. It's so funny. I'm like looking like, gotta point it towards camera. Yeah, it all looks this. I'll put this. There you go. Nice big red mark, red piece of tape. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. The center's brown, and then where you can see through it a little easier, where like it thins out a little bit, there is orange and a little bit of red crimson. Based on the look, it's not screaming any... man. Like, it's too dark to be like a West Coast IPA or something. Like, I've never seen one that's that dark. Like, where it's a little lighter down here, maybe if that was the darkest, part of the beer pour. Maybe a little light for a brown ale, so maybe like a brown ale's on the lighter side. Nice head. It's like a tan to khaki color, somewhere in that realm between those two things. Maybe like, although the head doesn't look super Belgian. I could see maybe a Belgian ale or like a Bock or double Bock, Doppelbock. I don't know. Not a lot of clues from the look. Let's see about the aroma. There is some sweetness. There's an earthy quality. It's not smoky or peaty, but like it's on the trajectory towards that, but it's like 10% of the journey towards that. So like whatever that thing is. But it does, if I'm based on the look and the smell, I'm guessing it's a brown ale because it has that earthy thing, but some sweetness. Light bran, a reference those guys will get that brown bread. Like it has a light note of that. It smells relatively thin. So right now, I'm going into the taste thinking it's a brown ale. Let's see. Thanks again, Sean, for sending it. Make sure you guys check out Sean and Mike. It had nothing to do with this beer at nerdsense.net or just go on YouTube to Nerdsense. But anyway, cheers. Okay. All right. So now we're going back to the Belgian or Doppelbock thing. Yeah. So the sweetness is up a little bit more than the aroma was leading on. You do get some. Right now, I'm leaning. It's a Belgian. I don't want to call it a double because it's pretty thin tasting. But I'm kind of thinking maybe a Belgian double. It's got some of that, like sometimes they'll put especially in a quad, the Belgian dark candy syrup stuff. Like it's got some Belgian-y yeast notes and a little bit of that burnt sugar caramel kind of a thing that I'm associating with a Belgian double or quad. Man. If it does have adjuncts, it's something like how Omegang does it, where it's really just accentuating what's already there. It's not like they thought, hey, cinnamon would taste good in this. You know, so if there are adjuncts, additives to this, it's not dominant. So I'm gonna go watch the ABV be high. I'm gonna go. This is like a 6% Belgian style double, but I wouldn't be surprised if it just drinks thin and it's a little higher ABV than that. I also, I wouldn't be surprised if it's someone's Doppelbock. It's just giving me Belgian vibes more. So that's what I think it is. No adjuncts, certainly nothing, crazy. Nothing crazy. Oh, it's tasty too. I should say that. It is. Oh, it didn't pour over like I thought it might. There's like a burnt. So I mentioned before it wasn't smoky, but it was like on the path to that. There's like this burnt, smoky ash, sweetness. Again, that brown bread bran molasses thing. Okay, I'm not changing what I'm thinking, but just like cool enough. But anyway, I do like this beer. And if it is lower ABV, it's kind of a cool. It'd be a beer I think I could drink a few of these, because like it's not giving me palate fatigue at all, but it has some of these flavors I really like. But yeah, cool. I said what I think it is, and now at this point I'm just rambling. I don't recognize whatever it is. 4 Quarters Brewing, Great Bear. Okay. Okay. It's not what I thought it was, but it kind of is. Oftentimes at least when I do mystery beers, I would love feedback from people watching in the comments like, I think you did horrible, I think you did well, somewhere in between. You seem to have gotten this. If you've ever had this beer, I'd love to hear your thoughts. But here's what the beer is. It's called Great Bear, lightly smoked. So I'm kind of glad I talked about how it's like approaching that smoky, peaty thing without being all the way there. And they are saying lightly smoked. So I feel great about that. Chocolate, at no point did I say that. I mean, I sometimes more in a quad, I get some chocolate notes. Okay, fair enough. Oatmeal. That might explain the following. It is a brown ale. It is 6%. So I feel good about the ABV, because usually I'm really bad at ABVs. Nothing under the can. So it's not a Belgian style double, a Belgian style brown ale like I thought it was. Okay, fair enough. It's got the light smoke. The chocolate could invoke notes. Again, more I get that in a quad if I'm being honest, but I could see that in a double, so I feel good about that as well. The oatmeal. I think that's why, despite me knowing it was a thinner beer, so probably something like a 6%, why the body seemed creamier like I get with Belgian doubles versus a regular like American brown ale. Or even like an English style brown ale. I feel pretty good about this, actually. And I don't want to influence. If you do want to comment, I'm super curious what you think. And I'm not trying to influence that. Considering what's in this beer and the style, I feel good about it. But yeah, let me know. Thanks again, Sean, for saying. I really appreciate it. And I'll put a link to the website in the description box. But again, you can just search YouTube for Nerdsense. And if you watch me and don't watch them, I don't understand your life choices. Thanks again, Sean. I really appreciate it. To a lesser extent, Mike. Once you're done checking them out, check me out on Instagram and Untapped. There's no hype beer reviews of both those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.